bouncing around at what, 35 assists or 40 points. It must be, it's not easy to watch that game, but fun to watch that game?
Yeah, most of it was, right, most of it was, and I think even the bigger maybe numbers, creating 28 turnovers, right? I thought we were outguarded, right from the start, and disrupting their rhythm and jarring the ball loose. Our hands have been pretty good lately, getting us out running. I think the pace certainly helps us, and obviously the passing and the shooting, we're good too. Yeah.
But no pressure on any one player to produce when everybody's making shots. So that Mark ties career high with 6 threes, Norm keeps making threes. But how much easier does it make to get the ball when going like that?
Well, it's good when we play that way, right? I think it's good to look down and see a number of guys in double figures, right? And a bunch of guys shooting some high percentages. You know, ebbs and flows, right? We've certainly had our 1 for 9s and 2 for 12s, and it's nice to get a couple 6 for 7s and 5 for 7s in there.
With most of your guys back, it sort of seems like OG's now back into place. Do you think, the sort of simplified role, or maybe less of an expectation of him creating, has helped him, or is it just his play's gone out?
Well, I think that there's always a couple ways to look at this, and I think different players react differently, right? When sometimes you look over there and you know that you're gonna not come out. I know I've had those discussions with Norm a few times. That Norm would be like 2 for 8. I'm like, no, I can't take you out. So could you make a couple here in the fourth quarter? And he would, or whatever. And so, and some guys, maybe when they've got to play well, or there's going to be somebody else over there that's healthy to come in and play. Some guys react to that a little better. I can't explain it. What I do like is he's had to guard smaller guys here the last couple nights, and he's really got out there and worked on his man. But his hands have been great. He's really been in the lane off his man, tipping a bunch away to get us going, and he's been out in the front of the break a little bit.
How is it that Mark and Norm are playing at such a high level after such long layoffs?
Fresh as daisies. Mark played for 19 straight months, and he finally had a month off, so he got a little bounce back, I think. But also, Norm couldn't do it, but I know Mark could. Mark went to work on his shooting mechanics and stuff while he was out. He had to do a lot of standstill and form shooting, but he did go to work on it and spent a lot of time doing it to it was an opportunity for him to try to do that with all the time off. So give him credit, in the in-between time he was working at that, and he's reaping some of the rewards of that, I think.
Who does he work with in those situations? Is it you, or is it?
Yeah, there's a lot of people. I did have a chance to have a session with him right away to talk about, some things maybe we could do different, and then we just turn it over to all the great, Jimmy and Brittany and Patrick and all those guys that do all that work with those guys day in and day out. They deserve a lot of credit for keeping these guys going and keeping them going and improving them. There's no certainly no secret that we've developed players, right? And we've developed some shooters, and we've done, and those people deserve a lot of credit for that.
And with Pascal, is that a little bit more of what you were talking about before the game, just in terms of conditioning? You need some time to get back to full speed?
Yeah, I was in one of those situations there. I was in one of those, Josh, the third. He didn't really want to come out, and I didn't really want to take him out. At his kind of 8-minute mark is what we're shooting for right now, because I thought maybe it was a chance to let him run past us, and build some conditioning up, but we decided to go ahead and do it anyway.
This is the second straight game where you've used that kind of jumble starting lineup to kind of great success, getting you guys out to very strong offensive starts. What about it that seems to work so well so far?
Well, I think again, I talked a little bit before the game. The challenge you might think is getting all those big guys set up and the defense set up and not getting run, the pace or giving up transition buckets. But they've done a great job of that, and I just think that. And the second thing you probably worry about is there enough foot speed out there, right? With 6'8" guys guarding 6'3" guys and some quick guys in the last couple games. But they've done that, both OG and Pascal, I would say, and Serge has been matched up on. He had a matchup with Gallinari, and he just guarded him really well. He was up tight on him. That's how you got to guard Gallinari, and he did it. And for the most part, Bird Towns tonight. We were upping him tight too, but, so you're concerned about those, so they've handled the pace and the quickness, you think, right, and then it just makes you long, right? If you can handle those two things and get your defense set up, it makes us long, and I think we've got a high number of steals with that lineup.
It's only 2 games, but like, it's a lineup that you want to like, keep using, like, moving forward, given like the positive returns so far?
Yeah, maybe, maybe, I think, again, my mindset right now is to mix it up a little bit here and there, but, it's one of those things where who knew it would be a good lineup, right? So that's kind of why we try it, and it's been good, so we'll probably stay with it a little bit until something, makes us change it.
Are you guys doing some new routine in the strengthening of the players? Because it seems like the last 3 games particularly, the fourth quarter, it seems like they just get a gauge of energy.
Well, I'm not sure about that. I think that our fourth quarters have been a little bit up and down, to be honest. And historically, they've been really good. We've really been a good high PPP on offense and low on defense, and it was good tonight to have that. But that was a lot of guys that were, most of the fourth quarter was played by guys that hadn't had not a lot of minutes. So they should have some energy to keep going, and that was good though. I think it's good. A lot of times it happens in this league where guys will ease up and it'll get a little sloppy, but I thought those guys guarded and they executed, and that's why we kept increasing the lead.
Warren OG on a night like tonight, I mean, statistically he takes more shots when the roster is healthy, when he has the stars alongside him, than otherwise, which is kind of weird. On a night like tonight, does that show an example of how the extra space those guys create really let him make more of his own shot?
Yeah, I just think that some nights the ball finds you and some nights it doesn't. And I think tonight, to our players' credit, I think they were just playing and taking what was there. You know what I mean? There wasn't a whole lot of trying to direct it. We were just coming down and running sets and letting it free flow from there. And it just so happened that, Pascal would drive and 3 guys would converge on him, OG'd cut, and there he was for a dunk. Or Serge would cut, they'd hit Serge and they'd converge on him, and OG was on the other side knocking in the 3. I just think it found him a little bit tonight because of, I think we were cognizant of just making the right play.
And the ball just finds the right play more often when you have all your stars, right? That makes more sense.
Well, it probably does, but that shouldn't matter as much, but it probably does. But I think it's just the mindset of, are we gonna, when we've created an action that draws multiple defenders, are we gonna make the right next pass out? Tonight, obviously, we did that.
Did your heart sink when you saw Kyle go down?
Yeah, I thought he was down. I called a quick timeout. I thought he was down for the count there, and it popped up, and probably could have saved that timeout. But yeah, these days, and anytime anybody it's not easy to not react to it, because I look up and about 50 people along the front row are all, like, oh my God, and not again. Or so it's they kind of force me into the same reaction.
Thanks,
We're
everybody.
good. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.